What's happening, class? Mr. Williams back with another lesson on dividing a decimal by a decimal. So we talked about in class the other day, we divided a whole number by a decimal. All you do is just easily move the decimal point up. Now we're going to kick it up another notch for y'all. So dividing a decimal by a decimal. You ready? Let's go. All right, so if you take a look and you see we have 4.3 or 4 3/10 divided by 2,408. It's the end of the day. So as you take a look here, you see I have a decimal point here. I also have a decimal point here at the end of this problem. Normally it wouldn't be there, but you have to imagine that it would be there. Okay? So what actually happens to get rid of the decimal here in your actual divisor, all right, we actually just move it to the right one time. That gets rid of it. But what I call the do-do rule, you do it on this side, you do it on that side, you move that over one spot, and then you actually add a 0, then you just divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Same things we've been doing in class, nothing is different. Alright, so again, I'll show you again. I want to move this decimal point over one space, move it over on here. Whatever I do on this side, I do on this side, move it over one space. I have a space there, I have to add my 0, then I just divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Alright? So here's another example. Alright, this time I have 5 and 75 hundredths, 17 and 25 hundredths. How am I going to do this problem? Same exact thing. Nothing changes. I move this over, alright? 2 spaces, 1, 2. Gets rid of the decimal. Now I have 575. I can do that. That same thing here, 1, 2, and then I move it up. Alright? Remember, it's that same step again. Make sure when you move it over, you also move it up in the quotient. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. We're going to move it over twice to get rid of it. 1, 2. What I do on this side, I do on that side. 1, 2, and then I move it up. Alright? And then all I do from there is I divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Once you get the step of moving the decimal point over, your work is done because you're pretty much just dividing, multiplying, subtracting, bringing down. Same thing we've been doing in class for the past week or so. So again, I'll show you one more time. Alright? Move it over 2 spaces. 1, 2. I want to move it over 2 spaces. 1, 2. Move it up into the quotient. And then there you go, I'm good to go. I can just divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Right? So here's another example. I have 0.2, right, or 2/10, and 2 and 64 hundredths. You should know what to do now. You do what? One time, move it over, move it over one more time. There you go again. Move it up into my quotient, and then I'm ready to divide. So I want to show you one more time. Move it over one time, one time, one time, move it on up. All right? So tomorrow for class, when you come in, you will see this problem. All right? 3/10 divided by 3.15. All right? You should already know if you watch this video to come in and what steps to do. All right? We won't be using calculators. We get right to the whiteboards. You'll come in. If you watch this video, if you rewind it, if you fast forward it, if you played it up, you played it down, you played it for your mom, you played it for your dad, you will know what to do. All right? So to all of you, have a good evening. See you tomorrow.